the Forest of Hope, or as I like to call it, the Forest of Bones. Hello everybody, Lady Gator to you here, and welcome back to Let's Play Pikmin. In the previous video, I let you guys vote on what I was going to do next, and out of the 3 of you who voted, 2 of you voted for me to finish this area, so that's what I'm going to be doing in this video. Yay! Now, I highly recommend that you get as many blue Pikmin as you can, because blue Pikmin are your best friend in this area. I'm because there's only one zip part left in this level area, and it doesn't take a lot long to complete. So what I'm going to be doing is I'm going to be doing the same thing that I did in the impact site video, where I'm going to be doing the same thing that I did in the impact site video, where I sped up a majority of it, because most of this video is just me getting a lot of Pikmin, and that takes a while, and I don't want to commentate over that, so I'm only going to be commentating over getting the zip part itself, collecting the Pikmin themselves, getting the Pikmin. I'm going to be speeding that part up, so yay! What you want to do is that you want to fill your Pikmin up this ledge. Now, objectively, you could just have like 10 blues and everything else would be red and yellows. I just prefer having blues for this, and you'll see why in a moment. Yay, Pikmin that we have to name. Now I'm not trying to be lazy when I'm naming the Pikmin, because there are a lot of Pikmin that we're gonna have to name. But unlike the impact site video, a majority of the Pikmin that show up in this, a majority of the Pikmin in this video are in the onions, and I only named the ones that we actually get to pluck from the ground. So I'm not being lazy or anything. Well, I kind of am, but yeah. These bulb orbs, you want to be very careful around them, because the little one, if it spots you, it will scream, and the larger ones will go after you, and it's going to be a nightmare. It's going to be the most terrifying thing in the history of anything ever. You need 10 Pikmin to push this box. It's very irritating trying to get all your Pikmin across this ledge, which is why I threw the Pikmin on top of the other cliff towards the beginning of this video. You want to throw... it's a good idea to have only blue Pikmin move that, because it's very easy for them to fall in the water, and the Pikmin can and will drown if you're not careful. Now these enemies right here, I do not remember their name. Why don't I look this stuff up before I do these videos? Yeah, I'll just put a caption right here, showing what their name is. But what we want to do to fight this guy is that he's going to be popping out of the ground. How you defeat him is that his head will occasionally get stuck, and you want to swarm your Pikmin around it, and that would do a lot of damage. Now, objectively, you could throw the Pikmin at his head, but that is a terrible strategy. You will lose a lot of Pikmin trying to do that, so it's best to just be patient. There are chances that you will luck out, but there's also the chance that you won't luck out, and the game is just going to be like, hey, you're doomed. We don't want you to do anything else. You're going to waste the entire day fighting this one boss. And I completely lucked out on that boss when I was recording this, because besides the one time where we came up to it, well, 2 times really, but besides those 2 times, we didn't. It got stuck most of the other time, and the blue Pikmin, the Pikmin will try to carry all the zip parts and stuff in the water. So that's another reason why you want to mostly have blue Pikmin with you. It's a gauge account, or every space of these ones uses it, but I don't actually know what it's for. Every once in a while it goes wild and lets out a lot of noise, but I never pay much attention to it, so it doesn't really do much good. I really should read the manual one of these days. I don't think this is a required SIP part. It might be, but based on its description, it doesn't really seem like it. Gadget counter. This noisy gauge is always letting off spontaneous clicks and buzzes that can be kind of annoying. I've now recovered 13 out of 30 parts. If I could just find 60 more, I should be able to increase my capabilities. Yay! We got the last bit part of this area. Now it's time to raise our Pikmin population. That's gonna take a while, and I don't feel like commentating over that. So, after these Pikmin turn into flowers, cue the music! Yeah, we got a lot of Pikmin. I'm pretty glad that I decided not to name every single one of them. But we still have to name a lot of Pikmin, so I'm not being completely lazy. Most of these Pikmin that I'm naming them mostly after the Pokemon that you get from the Pokeballs in Super Smash Bros. Because I don't know any Pokemon. All I know off the top of my head are Pikachu, Plusle, Minion, Lucario, Jigglypuff, and Mewtwo. That's all I know. And that's the last of the Pikmin. I almost said Pokemon for a second. But anyway, it's time to put them all back in their little onion. I'm not quite sure how many more times I'm going to be doing this, where I'm going to speed up a majority of the video. Probably only a couple times. It really depends on how many sip parts I get throughout the remaining parts of this Let's Play. But the countdown is coming, so 5, 4, 3, blue. Gum. Civilization is back. The Pikmin always carry their prey back to the onions. This is a close observation indicates that taking the tail to the onions the same color and the release of the larger number of Pikmin. I've also found ways to group Pikmin by color. You can press A to grab one, press B to swap it out, press A to grab one for a moment, and press C to dismiss them into like color groups. Pikmin population! We got a pretty good amount of Pikmin. We got a pretty good amount of stuff done today. We lost a few Pikmin, but nothing too terrible. And with that, we're gonna end this video off here. So, in the next video, we're either gonna be exploring the distant spring, or continuing on to the 4th navel. Until next time, later gator to you. Oh yeah.